The Rafael Devers trade makes absolutely no sense to me, at least coming from the Red Sox perspective. For the Giants, I love it for fairly obvious reasons. Coming off a strong offseason, you're competing for a playoff spot and you go and add a huge bat like this to the middle of their lineup? That's a great move, and they really didn't have to give up too much to get him. One of the easiest A's I've ever handed out. Totally different story for the Red Sox. You just gave up your franchise player with 8 years of control left, and he's only 28 years old. Sure, he's not a great defender, but you had one of the better bats in all of baseball locked up for the next 8 years, many of which would have been his prime years. Over the past 5 years, Devers has had an OPS of at least 850 and at least 27 home runs every single year. Aside from the weird COVID year, he's been at least 24% better than the average hitter by WRC Plus every year since he was 21 years old. You don't just find a bat like that anywhere. It's not like his contract was an albatross either. From 2021 to 2024, Devers put up WARs of at least 3.4 every year, and 3 of those years he was above 4. This year he's already at 2.1, putting him easily on pace to reach 4. Extrapolating that value over his contract, you're getting like $8 million per WAR. That's a pretty good deal in today's game. Not to mention he pummels the Yankees, which is a big deal in Boston. And he was poised to be a middle-of-the-order bat that you can build around as all the young guys start coming up. But alright, fine, you didn't want Devers anymore. Tell me you at least got a good return. Well, Kyle Harrison's not a bad start. He's been a highly touted prospect for a while and he's shown some promise. He's a decent piece to pick up. I think Boston can work him into a young, strong rotation led by Garrett Crochet, and he could turn out to be a pretty good asset for Boston. Not a bad start. But it goes downhill fast from here. Harrison was one of 3 pitchers in the deal. Another was a young reliever who doesn't seem to have too high of a ceiling, and the other was the big contract of Jordan Hicks, who's been pretty horrible. The final piece was James Tibbs, a top 10 pick last year, and he's not a bad pickup either, but he can't be the second best piece for 8 years of Devers. Tibbs can be solid, but his ceiling is only so high. Even if Tibbs and Harrison both turn out to be great players, is that even enough for 8 years of Devers? It's like the Red Sox didn't even shop him around, which some reports say they really didn't. This trade feels scarily similar to the Mookie Betts trade, and we all know how that one turned out. I hope for Tibbs, Harrison, and Red Sox fans that this one turns out better, but I'm just not convinced yet. If they put the money they saved towards something useful, I'll bump the grade up, but for now, I gotta go with a D. This is not a good trade.